makeup lovers, how are you doing today? So I wasn't planning on making this video, but I just kept thinking about it, and basically I'm going to be talking about the whole situation with Tarte, kind of give my 2 cents on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a tutorial using brands that are super diverse, that have tons of shades in their lines, that include everybody. So I definitely 100% got this idea from Melissa Ashley. I will leave her video down below. At the end of her review for Tarte, she went ahead and showed her favorite products from brands that are diverse. So I thought that was a wonderful idea and a great way to take a negative situation and turn it into something positive. Like, yes, what Tarte has done is very upsetting and sad, but look at all these brands that are actually doing it right. So I really loved how she kind of turned that around. And then I also, like, the reason why I ended up filming this video, which I was like just like kind of trying to decide whether I would or not, is because I didn't have the foundation. I didn't plan on buying the foundation. I didn't want to spend my money on it. And Raw Beauty Christy kind of did a video, and she's like, I just had this mindset that I had to have the foundation to do a video, and I was like, that's exactly how I felt. But she ended up not talking about the foundation, like not actually using it and giving a review, because she's like, why am I going to review something that I can't recommend to you guys, because not everyone can buy it. So I completely 100% agree. So I don't have the foundation. I don't have it to talk about. I don't care about the formula. So if you have not heard of Tarte Shape Tape, you're probably living under a rock, but it is my holy grail concealer, and I'm sure millions of other people's holy grail concealer as well. It basically took the beauty world by storm. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone loved it. I do see like a bit of people moving on now, saying it's a little dry, it's just not their favorite, but for a long time there, it was like the end all be all of concealers. So basically they released an announcement that they were coming out with a Tarte Shape Tape foundation. Everyone was ready, everyone was excited, I was excited, I was here for it. And then they released the colors, and it is just literally pitiful. I'll leave like a picture. I'm just gonna move over so I can leave pictures here of the swatches, and there's like 10 million light shades, and then there are 3 deep shades. I will say that between the 2 foundations, they only had my Tarte shade, which is Porcelain, in one, and I thought it was just funky that they had different shades, and it was so weird. Like, I wish that they had just come out with one foundation and done a bunch of shades instead of doing just weird, like just the way that they handled everything. But you guys can see the way that it swatches here, and you can see for anyone who is a person of color, it would be extremely disappointing because they only had one undertone, which was pretty orange. If you can picture a number line, it's basically like they're like 1, 2, 3, like going up the lightest scale, and then they're like bum, bum, bum. Like they just spaced them out so much just to be able to say they had those 3 shades when they're not full enough. Like there needs to be so many more shades.
So I just had to mention this quickly in my video. There was a picture released that showed that Tarte Hybrid Gel and the Hydrating Shape Tape Foundation have the exact same ingredient list in order, and Temtelia actually responded to that and said, this is really strange. I put the ingredient list in Excel for both, and they seem to match one-on-one in order. So she asked Tarte what was going on, and Tarte said, yes, they have the same ingredients. We use our most hydrating formula as a base, but mixed, filled, and cured it through the proprietary manufacturing method we created for Shape Tape Concealer. This process gives it a different texture, application, and finish. The original person responded that they do not have a different texture or finish, only the application is different. So I was like, I was blown away by this. I really think that Tarte was just trying to make a quick dollar, and the way that they explained it, it sounded ridiculous. Like the whole situation is ridiculous.
So that's basically my 2 cents on the situation. I just wanted to be able to use my platform and speak up about something that I feel strongly about. I didn't want to seem like I'm being a bandwagoner, because I feel like people are making these videos just to like make them, but I really truly am upset about the situation. So that's all I have to say. If you want to see the tutorial using all companies that actually care about everyone and don't exclude entire groups of people, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with some brow products from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the reason I'm including them in this tutorial is because I always see them showcasing different skin tones and male makeup artists as well, which I think is amazing. They also have 30 shades in their foundation range, so I'm going to start off with the Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe and just fill in my brows really quickly. To prime my eyelids, I'm going to start off with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and MAC does have 43 shades in their main foundation line. I'm going to be setting my eyelids really quick with some translucent powder from Laura Mercier, and the reason I chose Laura Mercier is because I see people of all different skin tones rave about her powders, and she does have a shade for fair to medium skin tones and then also a shade for deep skin tones. So for eyeshadow today, I want to use Juvia's Place because I feel like no matter what skin tone you are, these eyeshadows are going to work for you. They're super, super pigmented. I mean, as someone with fair skin, I don't have a problem finding eyeshadows that show up on me. I mean, it's pretty easy, but I know that these look beautiful on women of color and men of color. So it is a black owned brand, so obviously they're super, super pigmented. So good. I rave about these all the time. I have tons of videos on all their different palettes, so you guys can look those up if you're interested in more. The one that I'm going to use today is the Saharan 2. It just looks like this. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm going to start off with this orangey crease shade right here. Take this deep burgundy shade and take this peach shade right here and put that all over the lid. That was a super simple, easy look, like literally took 5 minutes, but beautiful, super vibrant, so love these eyeshadows, highly recommend. So for mascara today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is my favorite mascara at the moment, and the reason why I chose Too Faced is because I really commend them for kind of collaborating with Jackie Aina and getting her help to really expand their foundation range to include everybody. So for primer today, I'm going to use a Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich. There's 2 reasons I chose this one. One is because I really need a rich moisturizing primer to go with my Fenty foundation because that's super dry. So the second reason I chose Glossier is because I do think it's cool. Looking through their website and their shade range is that it is mostly for darker skin tones. So I mean, there's not a lot of products like skin, like base products that I could buy from them, because personally they don't have enough like super fair shades, which I'm not complaining whatsoever. I have tons and tons of fair shades that I can find. It's really cool. They came out with the Wowder, which is supposed to be like an amazing powder that they have like different skin tones. Like they have a medium one, they have a deep one, they have a light one too, but the light one looks way too dark for me. But I just thought it was cool that they were kind of filling that need in the industry. Guys, I accidentally rubbed my finger in my eyeshadow with the primer, and now like this entire part of my face is pink. Like I was not paying attention, but that's okay. I'm sure the foundation will cover it up. So like I said, today I am going to be going in with the Fenty foundation. I'm actually going to mix it with another foundation. So I mean, I don't even have to tell you guys, you know, Fenty came out with 40 shades, really awesome. I do have the absolute lightest shade in their range, and I believe this is shade 100. Yep, so it is shade 100, super, super light. So I'm going to mix it with the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation because I'm trying to get through this. I don't support Nars anymore because they're not cruelty free. Same with MAC. Same with a bunch of brands that I'm talking about today, but that's okay. I made an exception for this video. But I did want to mention Nars also because their newest foundation has 33 shades, which is pretty awesome. This is the lightest shade in their range also. This is Siberia, and it kind of has a yellow undertone. It's a little bit dark for me right now, so I think mixing these two is going to be hopefully, fingers crossed, a good combo. I've never mixed them before. I think I may have gotten with just a little too much product because it looks just a little cakey, but I'm going to go ahead and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. This is 0.5. They have 15 concealers in this range, and they are sorry, obviously this is not a stick. They are pot concealers, and they're super high coverage. I have the lightest shade 0.5, and you guys can see I love this. I'm just going to use this to cover up anything that like needs extra coverage, like my acne right here. Just going to cover that up with the concealer. I use a little bit of this on my nose because my nose always gets red, and then I have like this cut right here which I'm gonna cover right up. So for concealer today, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I have the shade Porcelain, the lightest shade. I think this is just a touch dark for me, but we'll try it out. We'll see. This is not my favorite concealer, but I know a ton of people love these, and they are only $3. And for a $3 concealer, they have 20 shades in their range, and that's not counting the color correctors or the like mixing shades. They have like mixers, like they have a white one which has shimmer in it. I don't know what they were doing there, but they have tons of different options. I do have one that I got for like contouring, but it's too dark for me, and this one is medium bisque. So they have tons of different shades for you guys to choose from. Super, super amazing for a $3 concealer. And again, I'm gonna set that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just to finish off my eyes real quick, I'm going to go in with the Nars eyeliner and the Too Faced mascara. So for bronzer, I actually had a little bit of a hard time. Like, I was going through my collection and I was looking at the different brands that I owned, and I was like going on Sephora and looking how many colors they had, and like the butter bronzer that I have from Physicians Formula, I already knew their like shade range was crappy. But like Kevin Kwan, his darkest sculpting shade, I couldn't find any dark people wearing that. Or like, I was just going through my bronzers and I'm like, these all have shade ranges that suck. So the only one other than, I have a Black Radiance bronzer, which this is more of a blush on me. It's in the shade Ginger Snap. So that has obviously a little bit more of a range to it. And then the only other one I could think about was the Lunatic Labs Cosmetics Contour Kit. And I do have the lighter shade, but they have a super interesting darker palette. I will leave a picture of it on the screen right here of what it looks like, because it looks super cool. Like, it is different than any other contour kit that I've seen, which is kind of the same with this one. This one is super cool tones, and like the deep shades do get like decently deep, but I don't know how well this would work on people of color because the shades are a little bit more on the ashy side. But I figure between the two palettes, they do have a really good range that you could choose from, and everything comes in singles. So today, this is what I'm going to be using to contour and bronze. I think for contour, I'm going to go in with this gray shade here, and then bronze, I'm going to use this light warm shade here. Next for blush, I chose Milani, and the reason why is because I see people of all different colors raving about these. I've seen these on so many different skin tones. They always look beautiful. I think both shades that I'm holding right now would look really nice with this eyeshadow look, but I think I'm going to go with their most famous shade, which is Luminoso. So beautiful on so many different skin tones. Like, I know people say that all the time. They're like, this will work on every skin tone. And then you're like, like, no, it won't. But this really does look beautiful on everyone that I see who wears it. So I'm here for this blush 100%. So I had a few different highlighter options I was thinking of. One would be Ofra Cosmetics. They have highlighters for so many different skin tones. But I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use my Artist Couture highlighter, just because they have so many beautiful different shades. They're always like, they always are showing off diverse skin tones. They're always showing, like, obviously their founder is a man, so I think it's cool that they're, you know, they're showing everybody. They're being all inclusive, which I think is amazing. So I decided to use this one today. I have the shade Cocoa Bling, which is the lightest shade they have. It's not that light on me. I really hope that they expand the range and come out with more shades for fair skin, but they have so many different shades for like medium, tan, deep skin tone. Like the Peach and the Bronze from Jackie Aina's collab, they look so beautiful on all the pictures she posts. So before I go in with the highlighter, I'm actually going to use Angel's Trick, which is the founder of Artist Couture. I'm going to take the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm just going to set my face real quick, kind of make it wet so that the highlighter sticks onto the cheekbones better, since it is like a powder highlight, like a loose powder. So all that's left is lips, and I'm going to be going in with the Dose of Colors Let's Cuddle liquid lipstick. The reason I chose Dose is because I feel like they always show a wide variety of skin tones. They're very inclusive, and their liquid lipstick line is literally so good. Like, there's such a nice range of shades that you are bound to find a shade that works for you and looks beautiful on you. And also I just love Dose as a whole. I think that it's such a nice brand. They do have quite a few different highlighter shades for every skin tone. They don't have any like actual face products yet, like as far as like base, but they are coming out with concealers in the future, and I'm really excited to see how that goes. So this is the finished look. I really love how it came out. I think that everything looks super nice and beautiful, and this highlighter, like, I'm living for it, but it's just that much better because every single brand that I used, you guys will be able to find products in their range for your skin tone, no matter what your skin tone is. So I'm really happy with how it came out. If you guys have any thoughts on the situations, please leave them down below. I would be very interested to hear, but as always, everyone, please be respectful to each other. And that's pretty much everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.